I'm down. A little bit. 5, 4. What's up, guys? I am Goose. We are here casting the Infinity B Team Open. I guess it's not we, it's just me. But technically, Morse is also casting on the other side of things, on the other side of the bracket, so to speak, the other semifinals. This is game number 2 of the semifinal match between WarBandit up in the top. That is not the right one. WarBandit, our orange Zergy, up in the top left-hand corner of WCS Antigua Shipyard. And in the bottom right, we have eXcalibEr, our red Protoss buddy, who is up 1-0. And this is a best of 3, so everything is on the line for WarBandit. He needs to take this game to take it to 3. We'll see how he decides to open up. Remember, the loser does pick the map, so WarBandit does want to play Antigua. eXcalibEr gonna go ahead and drop a pylon at the front of his ramp. Kind of an unusual place to wall some Protosses. I want to say just some Protosses to wall here. Most opt to wall here and kind of just give up that space. But yeah, you know, it happens. eXcalibEr gonna go ahead and scout cross map and spot his opponent rather quickly. Seeing what he needs to see. No early pool. Pretty standard stuff. Feeling safe. Although a 6 pool would have killed him at this point. Unfortunately, Bandit is scouting the wrong way, both with Overlord and with Drone, which will tip him off that his opponent is here, and indeed not here or here. Pool is down. eXcalibEr is harassing Mr. WarBandit and sets up a nice little triangular shape of doom. And doesn't look like he did scout up in there and decided to not to. So the hatch does go down for WarBandit, and that should have been seen. It is indeed seen by yeah. Probes and pylons, baby. That's all you need is probes and pylons. See another pylon out of his opponent. Now, this is the reason that I am against this. Walling off this ramp is a pain in the butt. You have a pylon and a pylon. Both are weak, as opposed to the Gateway Forge. And one little sad Baneling bust with 3 Banelings, or better, can kill a pylon and ruin any Protoss's day. And you guys are not very talkative. Hi, Inulex! Inulex is my lieutenant. I am Goose, the captain of the A-team. Hurrah for me. Don't worry, I'm nothing to shout about. I absolutely suck at this game. I'm just good at making sure that the people that don't suck at this game are scheduled for clan wars, tournaments, events, fun, joy, and these Zerglings are gonna slip on by, and this cannon is just, and that's the other reason, this cannon is just so far away. No! Bandit, no! Go in there! Oh my, oh, such a missed opportunity to run in and kill, well, frickin' everything. Why? Why, Bandit? Why? I don't know. I'm so confused. Starts that Roachhorn. Gets that there Zergling speediness. And a third base? No third base. Can't afford it yet. Hasn't even started mining from his natural. But seriously, Zergling run-bys, I hear they're pretty good, especially when the cannon is so frickin' far out of range. Oh, I'm so saddened by that. I'm so sad. That was GG. G frickin' G. eXcalibEr doing a little bit of scouting at the third, knows that there is no third base from his Zergy opponent. Being really responsible about taking care of that there probe. Not too much mining going on at the natural here. He's a little... he's fine. I won't say he's oversaturated. I mean, technically it's like one drone if you want to be like really freaking ultra specific. Although that's more than okay to have one. But he see him going? It's just, I can't find the... And then his buddy has to go, I can't find the mineral... Oh, I can't find... See, and that's just the imperfections of that. And we'll see if this third base does get slowed down by eXcalibEr, and he does choose to pylon block that. And that's mean. Protoss are known for their meanness. That's why we do it. A couple roaches are going to shut that down. We'll see if eXcalibEr decides to cancel that. And he lets it finish. So the roaches are going to have to smoke that down before they're able to expand. WarBandit smartly spends his money before he gets a chance to expand. That way it doesn't build up. Macarine behind this. Should see him drop that third as soon as he can afford it again. And no, he's playing trickery. Trickery it is. Scouting his opponent. See the Robo. Sentry Zealot. Double Forge. Man, he's got all the good stuff. WarBandit, decent supply lead. Surprised he did not take that third. Might see a 2-base push here. The other thing with this particular wall is you can snipe this pylon. Sometimes even that one and be out of range of this cannon. And he's going to go ahead and push across the map. Observer's going to spot everything. eXcalibEr knows this is coming, and he will more than likely have enough sentries and zealots to hold this off. This is very few roaches at this time, but he might be able to do some damage. Oh, sentries, I hear they're pretty good. First Immortal is out, and at this point it is not smart for WarBandit to walk up this ramp. And he's going to do it. And a nice trap gets all the roaches caught on this backside here. Not everything is attacking. He might lose a sentry or two. And a cannon doing work, sending the Immortal to the front. Very nicely done. Walking into that. None of those are going to get away. Oh, one does. Very nice. I'll be the jerk to force field that in all reality. eXcalibEr sending that their Immortal out. Oh, WarBandit, you should pick that Immortal off. Gets pulled back immediately. Feeling safe. He's going to go ahead and grab a third. That's a little aggressive in my opinion, but WarBandit does have a slight supply lead over his opponent. Making more lings, and lings is what shuts expansions down more than anything. Streaming units in. And our Protoss buddy's feeling safe, grabbing a third. I'm not sure if that's the best call at this point. I don't think he has the information. I mean, he does know that there wasn't a third here the first time he checked, but that was quite some time ago. And does have a probe here knowing there's no expansion there. Sees this army here and still has the balls of steel to expand like a boss house. Zerglings are pretty good against this force. Zealots are what you need to quote-unquote force field them out, and he's working on that there Colossus. Our Zerg buddy's got quite a bit of money saved up. No, he does have the macro hatch this time, so he just spent dang near all of it and still floating quite a bit of gas. WarBandit, if you come back and watch, gas, man. You have so much gas. This is the second game. We have over 1k gas. No! You could pull drones. You can mine. You can expand earlier and get more minerals. And there's so many options. Or you can just make 10 mutas. Save up some minerals and make 10 mutas. Spend all that gas. And feel good about thyself. And Bandit is able to scout that base, so he does know that's there now. Probably going to see him push in. Take down the rocks or right up the ramp. Right up the ramp. Some nice force fields would be great. Not bad indeed. Does force those out, and Bandit doesn't lose too much going in again. One thing about Antigua is these are kind of big gaps to force field, and even if you do, they can just stream around the other side. This is going to be a really bad engagement for eXcalibEr. Force field's not so great. Forcing most of the links, still have plenty of surface area, and the Roach is doing tons of damage. Immortal's not focusing the correct targets, and Sentry's getting picked off left and right. Finally, the Zealots might come out on top. It's the 2-1 upgrades. It's really what's carrying this Protoss to the Roaches 0-0 and the Zerglings 0-0, so you're slightly missing on them upgrades, Bandit. This army definitely getting stronger and stronger by the moment as 3-2 is on the way. Spire Tech a little bit late, and the Colossus is out, and that will help roast some Zerglings, and I think he should have just engaged that right there, especially with the Colossus. Oh, and he whiffs a force field to get stomped on by the Colossus. Kind of a bad engagement for Excalibur. I think he should have just had that out in the open, but it's going to turn out okay because Colossi are good, upgrades are good, Stalkers are good. Going to roast these Roaches here. Zerglings will go down to these Stalkers, and he does show his blink as he comes out on top again. Not much army left for Bandit as Excalibur has a little over double his supply, especially having his third up quite a bit faster. 2,000 minerals floating for our Zergy, but he definitely needs to spend that. Make some army, make some units. Going to be able to pop like almost 15, probably 15. As soon as the Spire's done, he can make dang near 20 Mutalisks by the time that will pop. Although this is a lot of Stalkers. Generally probably enough to focus that down, and the Spire is done. He queues up immediately 15 Mutas, spends almost all of his money as if they were Ultralists, and Excalibur warping in pure Stalker. So he's at Stalker, 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 Stalker. All you need is Stalkers. Stalkers beat Roaches. Stalkers beat Mutas. They do not beat Zerglings in large numbers. The Blink Stalkers do. And unfortunately for WarBandit, Blink Stalkers are probably going to be his demise as those Mutas do pop and immediately go to rally. And they are out of position, and the Blink under is very nicely timed. Able to force those back, kills the third for basically for free. And the Stalker's going to be able to pick off all these Mutas one by one. Another nice Blink and engage. The upgrades are just too good. 2-2 with the Guardian Shield and another Blink to finish off just about everything else. And that's GG from Bandit, and Excalibur goes on to the finals. Well played, guys.